Happy to see all of you. I have to say, it starts to look like that my sessions start to interest people. We get more and more people who become my friends on Facebook. I'm surprised how many friends you can make in such a short time. But a good student of mine asked me to talk a little bit about to retire horses. She has an aging horse, still 50, still doing his job every day. So I said, yeah, why not? And the way I do it is the way I do it. That doesn't mean that everybody has to agree with what I think, but I will let you know what I think. When you work your horse every day, and there comes a time that he is less able to do the real thing. We talk about sport horses. Each horse in his own level. That it gets a little bit tight, a little bit more, we can say it takes 50 minutes before they really start working. And then you have people that say, yeah, my horse is old, he should be retired. Now, retiring is throwing him away. Because what should the horse do when we understand retirement, like many people understand retirement? He's with his friends outside in the field. We pay $150, $170, and he goes to the south, and he doesn't have to suffer from the winter anymore, and then people think that they do a good thing. I can tell you, in my opinion, you don't do a good thing. Because that horse, when you see him back a half, most of the people don't even go to visit them anymore. But that is personal. But when you see a horse back a half a year later, they stand with the head on the ground in the group. Yeah, you don't see a sprinkle of life. They are not anymore the way they were. Picking up the head, oh, we go to work today, oh, we go to a show today. You don't see the energy coming from the horse. What we think that they like to work with us, and they do, I think also. And they lost all the muscles. You don't recognize. I did it. I went to horses to see them with my clients together. And then I said, they lost everything. It's not anymore a living horse. No. What I did always my whole life long, I made, when the horses couldn't do this job anymore, for 100%, to let them work less with a nice student on top of them. Once a week I rode such a horse for myself to tune them up a little bit and let another less experienced riders enjoy the feel of a good piaffe and a good passage, yeah, of a good flying change, or any other exercise what a horse can do. And this is what I think is a good retirement, because first of all, the horse is still taken care of by us, not only physically taken care of, but emotionally taken care of. He gets the pet when he does it right, he gets a little bit there when he doesn't do it so well. We keep ourselves busy with them, with their mind, with their soul, with their being horse the whole life long and serving us. So I don't say don't throw them away. I think it's not fair. I work especially in America, but also in Europe and the Netherlands, very often with schoolmasters. Schoolmasters are horses who are older, 16, 17 years old. Yeah? Now, they can still do a hell of a job, and then they reach 20, and then people start, and it is more, I think, in our mind, by most of the people, 20 he should retire. Why should he retire? Does he get social security? No, 20, yeah, no. I had horses, I had a horse, he was 20, I think that he was almost 30. When that horse was not taken care of as first horse in the stable, to bring him out, to take him and let him work even 50 minutes, where he could do one day his upper level and one day just moving around, then he was knocking the door because he wanted to get out of the stable. And that shows that horses like to work till the end. Yeah, I had at least in America, I had at least 10 horses on upper level who I got almost for free, for $1,000, $1,000, $2,000 for one of my students, for maximum price. And for sure you had maintenance on those horses. You had to inject a little, the hocks and the hips and the here and the there, because as an old person I know myself. I also in the morning I don't jump out of bed and I do the Grand Prix. And I need also a little bit of pill here and a pill there, yeah, to really to feel very good with myself. But I still work because I love working. The horses also, they love working. And you see it on them. And then, and what for me is important, yeah, as a trainer, treat them with respect. Treat them that they feel they have a purpose in life. Like we want to feel that we have a purpose in life. And then they really go for us. I can tell you out of my mileage in the United States, that all those old horses that I got for almost no money, for my students, they did a hell of a job on it. I had one student, she got a silver medal of a horse, was a reality already what they said in a retirement age. Another horse who was also, yeah, needed treatment here, treatment there. That lady also got a silver medal on that. I build them up slowly but surely. But what we have to know very well, that the horses who are older need more time to be able to do the real big things. The tempo changes, the pirouettes, we have to give them maintenance, we have to have a little bit more care around the horse by the doctor, cost a little bit more money. But what do you think, how does it feel when you never in your life felt a good flying change? And now you sit on a horse of 24 years old and he gives you a flying change. And he gives you the beginning of the Piaffe and the Passage. Father can do Piaffe and Passage with the older body. I don't say old body, older body. When we don't have those horses, when we keep those elderly horses who still can be enormous value for us to learn to ride, and we never learn to ride. Because Podolsky said, the horse is my teacher. The horse, now that means the horse has to teach us. As we cannot say I have a young horse and I train him all the way to Grand Prix. I have to learn on the schoolmasters. And very often the real schoolmasters we cannot buy because we don't have the money. So how do we get on those horses? Like I was sitting on the horses over 20 years old by Kok in Leiden, Universiteitsmanege was it called. And I hardly had to pay because those horses were very old and could only work 15-20 minutes. But on those horses I did learn my one tempies. On those horses I did learn my Piaffe and Passage. Those horses has a value. So my advice is, don't retire horses like many people said. No, work your horse in such a way with maintenance that they can work almost till the day they die. And then we do the good thing to the horses. That does not mean when a horse cannot work because of really injury, and then we start talking a different story. But then we talk to the vet. What do we do with such a horse? But otherwise, you give them an injection here and an injection there, and then when you don't overwork that horses, they can easily work till the last day of their life. That is my advice. Don't throw them away. They were willing to serve us when they were younger and healthy, and that is why we went to the shows, and then we came home and we were done very well on the show. They do that for us, with us, and then on the end we throw them away. No, that's the wrong thing to do. But don't do what I say. Do what you think yourself, what is right. This is what I think. It's not because I know it all. No, because I have some mileage with horses. Thank you very much. I hope that you will enjoy this session. I really hope that you will give me likes because that feels good. I'm a human. I like to be liked. Yeah, really, really, really. And we continue. Yeah, we make it bigger and bigger. Give me subjects for the name. I have plenty ideas myself, but I would like that it comes from the people who are watching my videos. You know, when I do what I think, it's not always what you want that I do. So tell me what you want. It doesn't matter what subject. Please do. See you next week. Thumb up. Thanks.